Here we are going to see modulus of a complex number. Just as absolute value of a real number measures the distance of that number from the origin along the real line. The modulus of a complex number measures the distance of that number from the origin. In the complex plane, observe that the length of the line from the origin along the radical line to z equal to x plus iy is simply the hypotenuse of the right triangle with one side of length x, the other side of length is y. We know that Pythagoras theorem in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse square OP square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, here x and y. So, x square plus y square. So, OP is equal to square root of x squared plus y squared, right. In other way, the distance from origin to that point P, we know that the distance between the 2 points formula OP is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 in the whole square plus y2 minus y1 in the whole square. Okay. Here origin 0 comma 0, x2 minus x1, here x1 comma y1, this is x2 comma y2. Now put these points P of x comma y and origin 0 comma 0. So, x2 minus x1 x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 in the whole square, that square root. Then you have x squared plus y squared, that square root. So, square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay, that is all. So, the modulus of a complex number, here the z equal to x plus iy. The modulus of z is equal to real part square plus imaginary part square. Sum of the real part square plus imaginary part square. That is all. Next definition 2.4. Z is equal to x plus iy, then the modulus of z denoted by modulus of z is defined modulus of z is equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. For instance, the first one I. So, I we write 0 plus I. Here the real part 0, imaginary part I before 1 into I. So, 1 into I. So, the real part 0 squared, imaginary part 1. So, 1 squared. 0 squared plus 1 squared is equal to square root of 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 0 squared 0, 0 plus 1, 1, square root of 1 equal to 1. Right. Next second example. Modulus of minus 12i. Modulus of minus 12i, we write that is equal to square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Here no real part, it is purely imaginary, we don't have real number. So 0 square plus of minus 12 in the whole square, minus 12 in the whole square, minus 12 in the whole square. So 0 square 0, minus 12 in the whole square plus 12 square, square root cancel, so 12, square root of 12 square root are cancelled, then we have finally we get 12. So the answer is 12. Next question. Third, modulus of 12 minus 5i. Here real part square 12 square, imaginary part I54, I54 minus 5, so minus 5 in the whole square. 12 square 144 plus 25, 25 is 5 squared, the square root 144 plus 25 169, square root of 169 is 13. Okay, that's all. Next one note, if z is equal to x plus iy, okay, then z bar x minus iy, z into z bar, z into z bar x, a plus ib, a minus ib form. So a squared plus b squared, a squared minus b squared. What is a? X. What is b? Iy in the whole square. So x squared iy in the whole square, this is x squared minus iy in the whole square, I squared y squared, I squared value minus 1, already we have minus, minus of minus plus, so plus x squared plus y squared. We know that x squared plus y squared is equal to modulus of z squared. We know that modulus of z is equal to what? Square root of x squared plus y squared. Now squaring on both sides, square, the square are cancelled, so modulus of z squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So x squared plus y squared is equal to modulus of z squared. Now look here, modulus of z squared value and z bar value are equal. So modulus of z squared is equal to z into z bar. We are taking z into z bar, we get modulus of z squared. So z bar is equal to modulus of z squared. Hence it proved. Next, properties of modulus of a complex number. First one, modulus of z equal to modulus of z bar. Second one, triangle inequality is a very important 3 more question, right? Modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. That is triangle inequality. Third one, modulus of z1 z2 is equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. Fourth one, modulus of z1 z2 is greater than or equal to modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2. Fifth one, modulus of z1 by z2 is equal to modulus of z1 by modulus of z2. where Z2 not equal to 0. Then sixth one, modulus of Z power n is equal to modulus of Z in the whole power n, where n is an integer, Seventh one, the real part of Z is less than or equal to modulus of Z. Eighth property, imaginary part of Z is less than or equal to modulus of Z. Let us prove some of properties. Property, first triangle inequality. It is very important 3-mark question. For any two complex numbers Z1 and Z2, we have modulus of Z1 plus Z2 is less than or equal to modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2. Modulus of the sum of the two complex number is less than or equal to sum of their moduli. Modulus of the sum of the two complex number is less than or equal to sum of their moduli. That is called a triangle inequality. Okay, now let us prove the triangle inequality using this idea. We know that modulus of Z square is equal to ZZ bar. Just now, before we see this result, right? Modulus of Z1 plus Z2 in the whole square is equal to Z1 into Z2, Z1 plus Z2 into Z1 plus Z2 the whole bar. Just we consider the Z1 plus Z2 as Z. Okay. So, modulus of Z square ZZ bar. Appa modulus of Z1 plus Z2 in the whole square, that is equal to modulus of Z1 plus Z2 into Z1 plus Z2 in the whole bar. Just we consider this is Z bar, like same, right? Modulus of Z square is equal to Z bar. This is Z bar, right? Okay. Next, the next step, Z1 plus Z2 as it is same, okay, Z1 plus Z2 as it is same, but Z1 plus Z2 the whole bar is equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar by property. Conjugate sum of the two complex numbers, conjugate of the sum of the two complex number is equal to sum of their conjugates, okay. Here Z1 plus Z2 whole bar is equal to Z1 bar plus Z2 bar, right. Next step, ordinary multiplications, Z1 plus Z2 into Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. First Z1 bar, right. Next Z1 Z2 bar, the next one Z1 bar Z1 bar Z2, the last one Z2 Z bar, right. The next step, Z1 bar as it is same, Z1 Z2 bar also as it is same. Here Z1 bar Z2 bar, Z2, you write Z1 Z2 bar. How we write? Look here. Z1 Z2 bar is the whole bar, that is equal to Z1 bar Z2 bar whole bar, Z2 bar the whole bar, that is equal to Z1 bar same. Next Z2 bar the whole bar Z2, Z2 bar the whole bar Z2. So we write Z1 bar Z2, we write Z1 bar Z1 Z2 bar the whole bar. Here the Z2 bar cancel, so Z1 bar is remaining, so Z1 bar into Z2. Look here, this is like form Z plus Z bar form, Z plus Z bar form. Let us consider the Z1 Z2 bar as Z. Okay, so as it is same, Z1 Z2 bar also Z in upper bar, so Z1 we consider Z1 plus Z1 bar, that is equal to Z plus Z bar is equal to twice real part of Z, twice real part of a Z. Look here, Z plus Z bar what? Twice real part of Z. As here Z is Z1 plus Z1 Z2 bar plus Z1 Z2 bar in the whole bar, that is equal to twice the real part of Z1 Z2 bar plus modulus of Z2 squared. We know that modulus of Z squared equal to ZZ bar, modulus of Z2 squared is equal to Z2 Z2 bar, modulus of Z1 squared is equal to Z1 Z1 bar. Okay. Now this result becomes real part of Z is less than or equal to modulus of Z. Here real part of Z1 Z2 bar, here real part of Z1 Z2 bar is less than or equal to modulus of Z1 Z2 whole bar. The modulus of Z1 squared, modulus of Z2 squared as it is same. Okay, that is equal to, this step is equal to modulus of Z squared plus 2 into modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2 plus modulus of Z2 in the whole squared. Right? This is of the form A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Okay, this is A plus B the whole squared. Here A is modulus of Z1, B is modulus of Z2. Okay, so A plus B the whole squared. In the previous step is less than or equal to, previous step less than or equal to. We are taking modulus of Z1 plus Z2 in the whole squared is less than or equal to modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2 in the whole squared. Now taking positive square root, now taking positive square root, the square are cancelled, the square cancel. Then we have modulus of Z1 plus Z2 is less or equal to modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2. It's a very important law, triangle inequality. Next, geometrical interpretation. Now consider the triangle shown in the figure with the vertices origin Z1 or Z2 and Z1 plus Z2. We know that From the geometry, that the length of the side of the triangle corresponding to the vector z1 plus z2 cannot be greater than the sum of the length the remaining the two sides. That means what? Length of the side of the triangle, for example, this is one side, this is the other sides. Length of the side of the triangle corresponding to the vector z1 plus z2. The z1 plus z2 cannot be greater than the sum of the lengths, cannot be greater than the sum of the z1 plus z2, sum of the length of the remaining two sides. This is reason for calling the property as triangle inequality. Modulus of z1 plus z2 cannot be greater than nor equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Okay, next, it can be generalized by means of the mathematical induction to finite number of terms. Now we are going to expand up to n terms. Modulus of z1 plus z2, modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Now we are going to expand up to n terms. So let us take z1 plus z2 plus z3 plus and so on up to plus zn is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 plus modulus of z3 plus and so on up to plus modulus of zn for n equal to 2, 3 and so on. Right. Let us see next property. The distance between the two points z1 and z2 in the complex plane is modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2. If z1 is equal to x1 plus iy1, z2 equal to x2 plus iy2, then modulus of z1 minus z2, what is z1? x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2. How we write this line? Look here, modulus of z1 minus z2. What is z1? x1 plus iy1 minus x2 minus plus iy2. Okay, minus of. Now multiply by minus inside of this, then we have x1 plus iy1 minus x2 minus iy2 Now separate the real part, x1 minus x2 plus I of y1 minus y2, y1 minus y2. The modulus of the complex number, the real part square plus a imaginary part square. Here real part is x1 minus x2. So So x1 minus x2 in the whole square. Imaginary part y1 minus y2 in the whole square. That is equal to square root of x1 minus x2 in the whole square plus y1 minus y2 in the whole square. This is called the distance between the 2 points z1 and z2 in the complex plane. Now we write modulus of z1 minus z2 is equal to modulus of x1 minus x2 plus y1 minus y2 into I. Now the real part square plus imaginary part square the square root. Remark. The distance between the 2 points z1 and z2 in the complex plane is modulus of z1 minus z2. If we consider the origin z1 and z2 as vertices of the triangle, by the similar argument we have modulus of z1 minus z2 is less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. How? Modulus of z1 plus z2 is less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. We know that, right? Modulus of z2. Okay. Now put z2 equal to minus z2. So modulus of z1 minus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of minus z2. The previous step less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of minus z2. Modulus of minus z2 is modulus of plus z2. Modulus of a plus z2. That's why we write modulus of z1 minus z2 is less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Now we conclude that modulus of z1 minus z2 is less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 here, right? But modulus of z1 plus z2 is less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Okay. So finally we take modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 less or equal to modulus of z1 minus z2 is less or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. So plus or minus doesn't matter, but this inequality is valid. Okay. Next property. Modulus of the product is equal to product of the moduli. Modulus of the product is equal to product of the moduli. For any two complex numbers z1 and z2, we have modulus of z1 z2 is equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. Next proof. Let us consider z1 and z2. We have modulus of Z1 Z2 in the whole square is equal to Z1 Z2 into Z1 Z2 in the whole bar. We know that modulus of Z squared is equal to ZZ bar. Let us consider Z1 Z2 as Z. So we have Z1 Z2 into Z1 Z2 bar. Now we write Z1 as it is same. The Z1 Z2 bar, we write Z1 bar into Z2 bar, Z1 bar into Z2 bar. Okay. Now rearrange this number Z1 Z1 bar and Z2 Z2 bar, Z2 Z2 bar, Z2 Z2 bar. We know that Z1 Z2 bar, Z1 Z1 bar is modulus of Z1 squared, Z2 Z2 bar modulus of Z2 squared. How? Because ZZ bar modulus of Z squared, Z1 Z1 bar Z1 squared, Z2 Z2 bar modulus of Z2 squared. Okay. By commutative property, Z2 Z1 bar is equal to Z1 bar Z2. Therefore, modulus of Z1 Z2 in the whole square is equal to modulus of Z1 square modulus of Z2 in the Z2 square in the whole square. Here separate square modulus of Z1 square and modulus of Z2 square. We write modulus of Z1 into modulus of Z2 in the whole square. Now taking positive square root, then we have modulus of Z1 Z2 is equal to modulus of Z1 modulus of Z2. Note, it can be generalized by means of the mathematical index into any finite number of terms, modulus of Z1 Z2 Z3 and so on Zn is equal to modulus of Z1 modulus of Z2 modulus of Z3 and so on modulus of Zn. That is, the modulus value of a product of the complex number is equal to product of the moduli of the complex number. Similarly, we can prove the properties of the modulus of a complex number.